Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as you can see, do not attempt to adjust your screens. Yes, this is the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network, and this is the Thursday night Throwdown. As you can see, it's the big guy KG sitting in with the incomparable, the hilarious Major Tutty Security, the Midnight Rider Ben, the one, the only, the one we like to call the mighty DR, and that don't stand for death row, but the man of the hour, tower of power, too sweet to ever be sour, Delonte.
It's good.
How you gentlemen feeling tonight?
Feeling good. Watching this game, waiting on a certain local team to generate some offense.
Well, when we get to if you watching the game that I'm thinking about, I don't know if is it college or NBA. Which one you watching?
College.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do a live looking at that anyway. But I'm glad to have you gentlemen back. Delonte, I know you've been under the weather. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you, sir.
Like I told you in the chat, that onion sandwich works wonders. Trust me.
Ooh, that's brutal.
Man, I'm telling you, I swear by it. I swear by daggone motorcraft parts for my car. And as you can hear, Meatloaf's in the background. She's holding court. She paid her dues to sit in the studio, so hey, I can't say anything. Let's get to our first topic of the night. DeMar Hamlin.
Tell Delonte check his mic. He sound a little muffled. Check your mic.
Test. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
First update came out today. DeMar Hamlin. Doctor say he's awakened last night. He asked who won the game, and the doctor told him, you won the game of life. And it's beautiful when they say, well, the lights are on and DeMar's home. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I called that the best news I heard all day long. What about you, gentlemen?
Yeah, I was glad that they took their time getting this out to us. They didn't rush it. They didn't jump to conclusions. That's the one thing I was worried about the whole time, which is us getting wrong information, getting false hope. So, like I said, I like how this has been handled the whole time. So that's a good job.
I agree, and especially for him being, verbally, being verbal. That's even greater news. It was always encouraging, but they're trying to be consistent and honest, transparent. But to actually hear that, he is being, is verbal. That was like the best news right there.
Had a little microphone issue myself there. I misspoke on our last show, and I said that he was in stable condition. No, he has been in critical condition in intensive care all week. So I misspoke. I read something that said he was in stable condition, but it was not. He was in critical condition. And also, I'm with everybody else. Just a simple fact that he's alert, he's awake. I love it. And apparently Meatloaf loves it too. So I'm always good with that. So let me ask you gentlemen a question. If you're the NFL, where do you go with this week 17 matchup? Last game of the week, you have the Bengals and the Bills, 7-3. Do you leave it as is? Do you say, hey, let's play it on Sunday and then play week 18 for them on Thursday? How do you handle that?
Well, I've seen rumors that they're thinking about adding the 8th team and do an 8-team tournament that way instead of having to figure out the seeding between Buffalo and Cincinnati. So this would be ruled no contest. They add the 8th team only to the AFC side, and that way you really don't lose too much in the seeding from that standpoint.
I I I I like the decision that they're leaning towards of adding the 18. I I I I think that you shouldn't, continue on with the game. Like it was just it's just the traumatics. It's just that was like scary for real. So I think you just leave well off alone. That's that, and we just figure it out as they've been doing over the course of the week. Um, I believe I read if they do add an eighth team, the Jets of all teams would get that eighth spot. Well, they would have to win, of course, but they got drama and then some with Zach Wilson and all that. But the Jets would get that eighth spot. I Now correct me. I mean, I could be wrong, and don't I'm not. Please don't quote me. I thought they mentioned um, that they slightly entertained adding an eighth team on the NFC. If so, y'all boys will have that eighth spot. Um, but y'all will have to beat Dallas. So it's a lot of possibilities. But I'm definitely glad that they go do it. They're not gonna play that game over. We just gonna move on from that.
And it's crazy you say that because you have a lot of fantasy league and owners and fantasy football team owners who this was their championship game. For the Sideline Junkies League, championship game is week 18. Another league that I'm playing in for work, our championship game was week 17. And I needed Josh Allen and Buffalo defense to bring it home. And I see the Midnight Rider pointing them at himself. Now, as fantasy owners, they're in championship games, and I have a championship game in another league this week because I'm just that damn good. Now, if I win it, I'm winning. But I should have put 2 rings on this year. But here's my thing: as a fantasy league owner, commissioner, or team owner, and you're in the championship game, me personally, I accept this loss. I'm okay with this loss. If this costs me the championship because they don't play this game, I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. But it's a lot of people that are not.
I'm with you on that. I think mine didn't help that I wasn't close. We had, what was it? I think I was down like 80, and I had Burrow, T. Higgins, and McPherson. And I knew we was gonna give it a chase, but it was kind of one of those wing and a prayer situations. So that's really why I didn't get too upset about it. And then plus the circumstances. I mean, I'd rather just finish in second place than have somebody try to replay something this traumatic. Like that's reliving a car accident. If they happen to meet in the playoffs, that's fine. But to redo this game, I think would be too much for the players.
And the crazy part is my opponent had 90.14. I came into the game 81. I think I had 81.12. So I would have got an automatic 10 points from Buffalo's defense coming into the game. Whatever Josh Allen did, I had the championship game locked up in this league. And once that happened, I even told the boss BJ this. I said, man, I don't care about the points. I don't care about the championship. I care nothing about that because I can't even function right now. Monday night, I didn't sleep. And I'm like, I can't even function right now. I don't care about none of that. It's not important. And it's a lot of owners that feel that way, like, yo, it's not important. But then you have some that's on the other end of the spectrum and like, well, just replay the game. It's not that serious. Please don't be one of those people. At least not in front of me. Okay? Just how I feel. Now, on to another serious topic of discussion. It's about that time that we put one of the most fiercest, intense rivalries to bed. And the Cowboys-Redskins rivalry isn't quite the same without Crazy Ray and Chief Z. And I think here is the most proper place we can put it to rest. And just it may crop up a year or two from now, may crop up 10 years from now as a rivalry again. But as of right now, that original rivalry has been dead, and it's time to take it off life support and put it to rest. So I'll give it to the Midnight Rider first. And then Delonte, if you could say a few words about the Redskins / football team / Commanders rivalry with the Cowboys.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank God, my creator, for all things and this being possible for me to have this moment. If you do me a favor, turn to your neighbor, say joy. Turn to your other neighbor, say joy. We are here at this moment in time. But Lord, you done took our rivalry, the Redskins and the Cowboys. It was a beautiful rivalry, filled with Danny Whites, Gary Hogabooms, Quincy Carters, Joe Theismann, John Riggins. And I just don't know why you had to take it, Lord. Why you take it from us? Why? It was one of the greatest rivalries ever. I'm sorry. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. I'm good. I had to get that out.
Although I'm not a fan of neither, I mean, I've seen my fair share of Cowboy skin games over the years. I guess the loss of those two individuals from the respective franchises is impactful. They will be missed, and I like to salute to them for their years of contribution. That's all I got.
This rivalry dates back to October 2nd, 1960 at DC's Griffith Stadium. For those that don't know, Griffith Stadium sits where Howard University Hospital sits. The Redskins beat the Cowboys 26-14 that day. Milo. Come. Yeah. Look. Hey. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go on, because you on one today. I don't know what kind of sugar they done gave you. But this rivalry started back in 1960. Here we are in 2023. After 125 meetings, the Cowboys lead the series 76-47. Two ties, two postseason games in 72 and 83. Both were NFC championship games for Washington to go to the Super Bowl both times. One in after the 83 game. The longest win streak is the Cowboys 10 years. 5 years, 97 to 2002. They won 10 straight. Washington won 4 straight from 86 to 88. And the Cowboys on a current win streak of 3 straight. After Washington, I think Washington was on a win streak of 3 straight before that. So much history was in this rivalry. And to say that it's over, say that it's done, say that it's finished, it hurts. It really does. But I will say this. It was fun while it lasted. I'm going to miss it because I don't even get, me personally, I don't get ginned up for Cowboy Week. And it's Cowboy Week right now. And here we are on Thursday. And by Tuesday, I was already ready to get my ankles taped. I don't even feel it. Like I'm pretty much done with it. You know, I watched the game and everything. People are like, oh, I'm going to go out. I would love to go to a game, but the meaning is gone. The meaning is gone. Sorry to see it go, but I remember it for what it was, and I'll be able to tell my children and my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, how great of a rivalry it once was. So
The good time
Nah, man, that was fine.
I knew you was gonna do something.
But
Sticking
nah,
with
I mean, it's dead in the way we know it. But I think honestly, I mean, QB1. If they can fix QB1 at some point, or even get like a QB1 to have something that's just symbolizes the structure of a quarterback, I think this can have juice just because you have the options. You have the Terry McLaurins, the Jonathan Allens. You have the guys that, like the Micah Parsons, the DeMarcus Lawrence, that will be the mainstays of each franchise. I just think they need 2 or 3 good seasons where it means something, and not just to one team. It means something to both teams when they play. And I think you can get it back. I just think it's on life support right now.
Unfortunately, I pulled the plug. I'm. If it comes back, it comes back. But
And then I think that's what's going to take. I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, the good thing this year is the division has come back to being a solid division. We actually played, everybody in the division plays top-notch defense, which was our calling card in the 80s. So it's starting to come back. You just got to hope we live up to our end of the bargain and actually can put some offense out there to make ourselves just a threat to somebody.
yeah, I agree with that. Sticking with the NFL, the 2023 Pro Football. Well, I say sticking with football instead. The Pro Football Hall of Fame finalists. We got one more round to go through. Were announced last night. Here are your 2023 modern era finalists: Jared Allen, Willie Anderson, Rondé Barber, Dwight Freeney, Devin Hester, Torrey Holt, Andre Johnson, Albert Lewis, Darrell Reeves, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, Reggie Wayne, Patrick Willis, and Darren Woodson. And Darrell Reeves, Dwight Freeney, and Joe Thomas all elected as a finalist first year of eligibility. And the senior finalists are Chuck Howley, Joe Klecko, and Ken Riley, and a contributor and coach finalist is Don Coryell. Not gonna spend too much time on it because that's content. And I'll wait till they release out. You know, they get down to the last stage of the Super Bowl weekend, and then we'll go in then. But gentlemen, if you had to choose 5, is this going to be a star? This is a star-studded class, no matter how you look at it. And if you had to choose 5 right now, I guarantee you, if I asked you this in 2 weeks, you could choose another 5 that'd be totally different. Agreed?
Definitely.
I think my top 3 ought to be the same. My next 2 might be adjustable. I'll say it that way. Because I think my definites is Revis, Thomas, and Freeney. And then I'd have to go back to everybody else and figure it out from there. Because I think Revis, you got Revis Allen. So, I mean, enough said there. Joe Thomas, dominant left tackle. He's right in that Anthony Munoz class of guys. And then Freeney just was a dynamic pass rusher. So I think after that, after those 3, I think it becomes a contest of elimination, and maybe they don't double up certain positions. So that way they can get a little bit of variety in it. So you might see some lesser guys taken, but I think that's more so because we're not going to take 3 DBs in this class. So we're not going to take 3 corners in this class. That's how I think it might play out. So this might be kind of an elimination thing.
I think my top 3, and I probably would stick with this probably until for the entire process would be Thomas, of course, Hester, probably one of the best retirement ever, and I got to go with home team, DeMarcus Ware. That's my 3rd.
Let me preface this by saying Devin Hester is a talent. I've always thought that. I've always felt that he's a talent. Hall of Fame talent. Yes, he broke numerous records. But here's my thing. How do you get in before the man that you broke his records gets in and he still holds records? I was watching a replay of the 2002 NFC Championship game. Opening kickoff. Who damn near took it back? To the house. Opening kickoff. One Brian Mitchell. But politics are politics, so I'm just gonna say that. Politics are politics. It's okay. But we're gonna keep real close eye on that and see who gets the knock on the door. And when that comes, I cannot wait to jump in and say, hey, told you so. Can't wait for that. But we're going to move on to our last topic of the night, and that is NBA buy sell. I'm going to throw out something. I want to know if you buying it or you selling it. It's just random things that I just thought of today because I spent a lot of time by my damn self. So, gentlemen, let me throw this out to you. Let's start in the Eastern Conference. Let's start at home. Barring any major catastrophe, are you buying or selling the Washington Wizards as a playoff contender?
So, are we saying does the play-in count as contenders?
Yeah, that counts as a contender. That counts.
Okay,
right
then
now.
I'm gonna buy. And I'm gonna buy because I think they have enough offense to get them in that 8-9 spot. So I'm gonna buy that.
I'll buy it. There'll be a playing team, but I'll definitely buy it. I like what Kuzma and Porzingis has done so far.
I think I'll buy that too. But I want to see them do good, but I'll buy it. And I like Kuzma and Porzingis too, and I'm hoping that they can keep Kuzma here as well, because they can keep Kuzma. I think that's something pretty nice that you can have long term if everybody stays healthy with the young guys coming up behind them. Okay, Western Conference buy or sell. The Memphis Grizzlies, are they the best team in the West?
Sell. I don't know who the best team is yet, but nah. I got them like 2 or 3. I don't have them as the best.
Yeah, I'm selling that as well. Kind of too early to tell. Really no distinct powerhouse squad. Yes, I'm selling that.
I think they're buying their Clippers a little too much, and I don't think they're going to handle it right.
Okay. Because the Grizzlies 24-13, tied for number 1 in the West, behind the Nuggets, 6-4 in their last 10 and on a 4-game win streak. So now here comes the tough one. This is tough.
Here we go.
Buy or sell the Lakers. No, let's not even say the Lakers yet. I saved the Lakers question. Buy or sell that the Warriors are finished running the West.
What constitutes running the West? Top 4 seed?
Top 4 seed, dominant, championship favorite, right out the gate.
Sell that. I think they're done. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm buying that because I think they're done as the top 3 or 4 team. I think they'll be 5 or 6 in this Western Conference. And some of that is just because of the things they've done recently and they had happened in the preseason.
I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna sell that. I think they got maybe one more crack at being the top dog of the West. Curry, he getting up there in age. Draymond, they kind of dangling him as trade bait. Same with Clay. Jordan Poole, what I'm saying? He's becoming like his own man. no pun intended. And same with Andrew. You know, he doing this thing as well. But I give them one more. You know what I'm saying? One more time to shine on top of the West. But other than that, yeah, I think that window finally starting to close. It's a great run, but you know, nothing lasts forever, man.
I'll agree with that. I mean, the way Golden State has went this season, they haven't really won on the road. I think they're 3-16 on the road. But they play well at home. But it's one thing to see a dynasty toppled or a dynasty slowly fade. That's one thing. It's another thing to see a dynasty just ripped out at the top of their game, which is what I had to go through in 98. I had my dynasty ripped out because of, I'm not going to say greed, because of jealousy. I had my dynasty ripped out, and I think they could have won 2 or 3 more. But I digress. Next one. Buy or sell, the New Jersey Nets are a better team with a healthy Kyrie, a healthy KD, a scoring Ben Simmons than they were when they had James Harden and all those guys.
Oh, that's easy.
I'm gonna buy that because I think they did addition by subtraction by getting rid of Nash. I think they didn't believe in Nash enough to believe that he could take them there. So anything he said or did was always questioned. I feel like they followed Jacques Vaughn without hesitation. So I think that's the only reason I buy this. Is I think the players buy in better.
I'll definitely buy that as well. I definitely think coaching has played a pivotal role in it. From what I was reading, I guess Nash, he was, you know, he didn't really have too much control over them anyway. He was, you know, him and KD, they used to work out together, so you know, it was somewhat of a friendship. They're like, you ain't gonna really take nobody serious like that, you know, on a professional level. I mean, you try to, but you know, the friendship of Trump, you know, the other aspects. But Kyrie, man, he been playing MVP level like. KD, you know, he always MVP level like, and Ben Simmons, he's playing his role. I'm gonna say that he's playing his role. You know, before you know people start asking questions like when he was in Philly, he's up to that level of Ben Simmons like. So I'll definitely buy that. I actually would like to see them against the Warriors in the finals.
That's a dangerous finals matchup. I'm gonna tell you that now. That's dangerous. Last but not least, LeBron James, the LA Lakers. Are they finished? Is that team done? Is it time to, at trade deadline, implode, explode, whatever? Are you trading LeBron, buy or sell? Any of that, all of that as one question. Are they done enough that you're going to trade away LeBron in the middle of the season, a la Bob McAdoo?
So I don't think Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka have the foresight to get rid of a player that is on an expiring deal before his time is up and trying to recoup assets for him because they don't know what to do with the trade assets they give back. And all summer long, all I've heard about is the greatest draft pick ever, that conditional first round pick in 2027 as our biggest piece of trade bait. And it's annoying as hell that in 2027 is our first pick that we can trade. And it's even to the point where this year, if they play terrible and end up in the lottery, New Orleans can take their pick because it's unprotected. So I have no faith. And when I say no, Like there's my faith in Eddie Jones, and then it's my faith in this team getting themselves together. So it's very there's 30 pounds to dump or trash, and then there's those two things at the bottom. So yeah.
Wow,
sorry for the slander.
Wow. Always got to throw Eddie Jones in it. Delonte?
I don't think they're finished. I mean, they're trying. They're trying. You know, I think they're 4 games under 500.
Yeah.
And you know, 80's out. Not sure when or if he's coming back. Well, he's coming back, but we don't know when. You know, hopefully when he do come back, he can return to his, you know, his dominance. I know he's putting up 50 pieces, so they definitely gonna need that, and they're gonna need the efforts that LeBron's been putting out as of late. They're gonna need Westbrook to, you know, continue to produce off the bench. I wouldn't say they finished today. Now, ask me maybe 2 weeks later. You know, answer could even be yes or no, but today I'll say no.
Well, they sit at number 12 in the West, 17-21, 7.5 games out of first, which is not that far. I don't know what's up with these teams that can't play on the road. The Warriors can't play on the road, and the Lakers are 8-13 on the road, 5-5 in their last 10. They were on a 3-game win streak right now. LeBron got to get back to having fun. Once he gets back to having fun, that's a totally different team. So, yeah, there's that. So now we come to the end of the show, and I wanted to do a live look in. Delonte alluded to it earlier. The Maryland Terrapins are taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Rutgers just beat the number 1 team in the country. And they're leading the Terps 53-37 in the second half. 7:09 left to play. Terps can't generate no offense. They were down by 7 at the half, and it's like they can't stop it. They can't stop Rutgers, and they can't generate any offense. So
it's Rutgers defense, man. So actually it's 56-39. Guy from Rutgers just hit a 3-pointer. The problem is we came out the gates 0 for 10 3-point range. So that'll get you, you know, a deficit quick.
At least
I hate those Georgetown.
At least they're not Georgetown.
You batting 1,000 right now. That's you. First Eddie Jones. Now you talking about Georgetown, dog. You batting 1,000 a day.
But no. First, let's stay on topic. So Maryland, this is the second time I've seen Maryland come out and play like absolute trash in the beginning of the game, and you just can't do anything. Second, I like to congratulate Georgetown for setting the record for most conference losses in a row. Like, how do you do that? That's like 23. That is bad. Pat, if Pat's bags aren't packed, something's wrong. He's not the answer. You gotta move on. You gotta give Georgetown back to Georgetown and take it out of the hands of the Thompson family. Sorry.
Problem is, I don't think nobody wants the job.
Here's my thing. You can't come in here on said show and talk about Georgetown being taken out of the Thompson family hands or anybody that's related. Because if it wasn't for the Thompson family, there would be no show here.
$23 straight losses, man. Something's got to happen. And I say that because it's a program that the city will jump behind the second they're good, the second they're halfway decent. Same thing with Maryland. They just have to show. That's all they gotta do. If they post, the fans will post, you'll get something back. But something's not working. And that's all it is.
You know what it is? Not getting a full recruiting class.
Okay.
Because his first recruiting class, he didn't have them. We had COVID. It's so much. I'm not even gonna go into it because I'm gonna get upset. And you already made me upset tonight.
Content, baby. Anything becomes content.
Yep. So I will say this. And this is just a parting word. This is our second show of 2023. It's two things that I've seen in the last week, sports related, that have rubbed me the wrong way. Number one, you don't have to tear down LeBron James to make Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan look good. You don't have to tear down any other legend to make another legend look good. We ain't got much time of LeBron left in the NBA. Enjoy it while it lasts. I had to learn that a long time ago when I was watching Kobe, especially in around about 2009, 2010, when they won back-to-back. I had to look at it and say, it's not going to be much of him left because he's been in the league since 96. It's already year 13. So I had to look at that. Think about that the same way you would think about Kobe. You don't have to tear down LeBron to make Jordan look good. Oh, well, LeBron's got more losses in the finals than Jordan got this. Everybody travels their own road. The whole talk about the bubble championship being a Mickey Mouse championship, it's a championship. When people say that, they sound worse than folks that say, well, NFL championships don't count because Super Bowls count. We played the game of football long before Super Bowls were invented and a champion was crowned. Whether it was an NFL champion or AFL champion, those championships count and they're in the book. Stop discrediting stuff because you don't want to recognize it. It's not your job. It's above your pay grade. Stop it. Number two, if you're going to give to charity, and a lot of people have given to Damar Hamlin's toy drive, and I think they got it up over 5 million when BJ said it on Tuesday. If you're going to give to it, it's not a competition. Don't give and say, well, I gave more than this person. I gave more. If you didn't do it from the heart, keep that shit to yourself. Keep the money, keep the time, keep the effort if you're not doing it from the heart. If you're doing it to get recognized and you're doing it to stun on people, it's not genuine. Cut it out. Leave it alone. Keep it to yourself. That shit really chaps my ass. My grandmother always said, when you do something for somebody, nobody else needs to know. Nobody needs to know. It's not a competition. It's not if you're doing it just to get your name and lights, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Don't like what I said? There's always an email you can hit. sidelinejunkies247@gmail.com. We got a phone number around on the page somewhere too. You can call and leave a message on that too. You don't like what I said? Do something about it. That's it and that's all.
So
Final thoughts?
We're going to go with the theme. I'm going to stick with your theme too. And this too is for the Washington Capitals. I've been hockey heavy this week, I know. But the Caps give back Tom Wilson and Backstrom sometime this week. And that's huge because they're the pinnacles of their power play. So this team is already playing good hockey. And if they can get those two guys back, sky's the limit. They can really take off. So that's my 2 cents right there. And maybe that's the name of the segment, 2 cents. We got Delonte.
I like that. 2 cents. I like that.
Oh, sorry about that, y'all. I'm still at the workplace, as y'all can see.
You got any 2 cents before we get out of here?
2 cents. And Russ we trust for 2023.
Oh.
No, my bad. And Russ, we're going to try to trust for 2023. Yeah, had to clean that up.
Try to trust.
Yep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us tonight. Short, sweet. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Tomorrow's Friday, payday for some, but it's the end of the week for some as well. So, without further ado, that's Major Tutty Security, aka the Midnight Rider. That's the mighty DR, the man of the hour, Tower of Power, too sweet to ever be sour. Delonte, I'm the big guy, KG, and as always, we don't do no overtime.
We are out of here.
Yeah.